Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where today I want to show you how to make a Jewish apple cake. It's a delicious cake if you've never had it. The reason it's called Jewish apple cake is because there is absolutely no dairy in it whatsoever. So you can serve it, if you have a kosher kitchen, you can serve this after serving a meal with meat in it. So let's get started. Very simple, easy ingredients. I have 3 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, teaspoon of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of salt. That's your dry ingredients, and I'm just going to mix these up. And for wet ingredients, what I have is 3/4 of a cup of oil, half of a cup of orange juice, 2½ teaspoons of vanilla, and in here I have 4 eggs, and I put some white sugar in and also some brown sugar because I like that flavor. This is 4 cups of apples, which I've put cinnamon and sugar into, and they've actually started shrinking in size from this morning, but there's a lot of juice in the bottom, if you can see that. And some recipes that I've looked at have 1 cup of oil, but I've taken out some of that oil and I'm going to use the juice of these apples rather than drain them. So all I'm going to do right now is get this going. I'll let that run on medium for about 2 minutes, and then we'll put all the rest of this together. So at this point, the eggs are beaten, the sugars are well incorporated. I'm going to add the juice, the vanilla, and some of the dry ingredients that it gets incorporated. And the rest of the dry ingredients goes in. It's the oil going in at the end. I'm using canola oil. You can use a vegetable oil, or the idea is just something that is tasteless. And that's it. Bundt cakes became popular just because they're so easy to put together. This took a matter of minutes, and all that I'm doing is I'm going to put a layer of apples down, and then batter, and then apples, and so on. But I wanted to talk about Bundt pan sizes. This probably makes about 10 cups, and that means one of your mom's old Bundt pans where we only had one style Bundt pan years ago. Now we have these little decorative ones, and these don't take nearly as much cake batter. So what I do is I make friends. I'm going to make a smaller little one, and I'll give this out to a neighbor, and then the rest of it goes right in here. This is about 8 cups. Rather than 10 to 12 cups, which are those great big Bundt pans. Here's how I do it. Putting this juice right into my batter, and I'm just going to mix that up. If a few apples gets in, it's okay, they're all going in the same place anyway, right? Then I just put a few apples at the bottom. And I'll give a few apples to my neighbors. See, this is why all my neighbors love me. I feed them treats. So that's your first layer, and if apples show through, that's okay, because as it bakes, it will work itself out. And now the rest of these apples just go all around the cake. So you have 2 layers of apples. My mother's recipe does not say to do this. She put a layer of batter down and then halfway filled the pan, then put apples, and then put batter on top of that. I made this recipe a couple weeks ago without using a recipe. I was out somewhere, and I think there were some things that I did that I like better. One is the brown sugar, and one is I didn't know how she layered it, so I just did something, and it worked out really well. So that's what I'm doing today. Your pan should be filled about 3/4 of the way full. Get this little one. So this little one is going to cook quicker. I have the oven set at 350. My big cake is going to take about 40 minutes, and this little one will probably be about 30. So I'll keep my eye on it. As you can see, the cake came out of the oven. It took about 40 minutes for this to bake. I don't know if I mentioned that I prepped the pan by using a baking spray. So I just wanted to mention that. And I have this really retro confectioner's sugar shaker, which I think is kind of fun. And it does give it a really retro look too, doesn't it? You can glaze this cake, leave it plain, whatever you want to do, but it is delicious. Let me just take a piece. This made the kitchen smell so good. I love this cake. The crumb is nice and moist. And I think this actually tastes better the second day. It's not too sweet. It's just, you can taste a little hint of cinnamon. It's really delicious. Make it quick. It's delicious. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow me here on YouTube, ninainthekitchen.net for the recipes, and I'm on Facebook. Follow me there. Thank you again. Bye, guys.